Hello friends, and welcome back to the Urban Homesteader. Today we are going to be making dog treats. Piper's super excited about this video that we're making today because the treats are out and she is a treat loving dog. So before we get started, one of the reasons I actually made the treats myself is A, I wanted to save some money. B, probably the bigger reason, I wanted to know what was going into Piper's dog treats. I've read the labels, as in we all do, on different things, and I couldn't understand what some of the ingredients were, and I wanted to know what she was ingesting. The other thing is, as she's getting older, she's 8 years old now. We've already had an ACL surgery back in November of 2023. And so I know we're coming up on arthritis and some joint pain and things like that as she gets older. One of the ingredients I wanted to make sure that I was giving to her in her treats is turmeric. And there's a couple other herbs that I can put in there that are good for dogs that will help with their joints and possible leg pain and things like that. So I'm using her treats as a way to give her herbal medicine. And she doesn't seem to mind at all because she loves these treats that I'm making. So the recipe is super simple. It only has 3 ingredients. It has pumpkin puree, it has eggs in it, and oat flour, which I just ground up in my food processor, and I use rolled oats for that and made it into a flour. But you can throw in applesauce if you want to put in that in there. You can put all kinds of herbs or powders or things like that. The egg is your binding agent in there. Applesauce, that would also help to bind it. But super simple to make. I did it with my granddaughter. We had a blast. I will show you what I bought for her, mostly because it would be fun to cut out tiny little cookie treats, but I'm telling you, it took forever. So anyways, this is what it is. Can you see that? They're super cute. They make tiny little dog treats. Piper can eat like, how many is this? 6 of these at a time, but we try and give her only 1 or 2 at a time. But my granddaughter had a good time cutting them out with this. When I was doing it on my own, I just took a dough blade and I used the dough blade to cut them out way faster. And if you want, you can do fun shapes for the dog. So Piper doesn't care. She just eats them. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started making them today. Like I said, super simple, but what I like about making my own treats is that I can customize them to Piper and her physical needs that she is having right now. So let's go ahead and get started. This recipe that I found is super simple. I wanted super simple. I didn't want a lot of ingredients in it. So I've done one with the eggs, but an alternative is applesauce. So I used homemade applesauce for this recipe. And then this is 100% pumpkin puree, which I actually got at the dollar store. And I checked the ingredients and sure enough, it's just pumpkin. And then these are rolled oats. And that's what you need to have, are the rolled oats. And so that was it. It was just applesauce, pumpkin puree, and rolled oats. And then I added turmeric and cinnamon because they're both anti-inflammatory. Here is the dog treat dough when it's been mixed up. It is firm. I'm trying to think. It's a little sticky, but not bad. I did let mine sit for a little bit and it seemed to firm up. I also, instead of using eggs, I used applesauce with this one as a binder, just because. The first batch I made with eggs and they were fine, but I just wanted to see what would happen if I used applesauce. So this one has applesauce and it has turmeric because of inflammation and a little bit of cinnamon. I put the dough on the Silpat sheet that I have, mat, and press it out with my hand. That just seems to be the easiest way to do it. The first time I made these, I tried rolling it out with a rolling pin, and yeah, using your hand was a whole lot better. Sorry with all these shadows, but anyways, just took my dough blade and went ahead and cut all of these into squares. They seem to be the best size. I do have a cute little cookie cutter, but it's a lot of work, and this is a lot faster. The dog treats have been cut. I just used a simple dough blade to cut them into tiny squares. And yeah, now it's time to pop them into the oven. The degrees, 350 degrees, and they will stay in here for it said 20 to 30 minutes, so I guess depending on the crunchiness that your dog enjoys. So there you go. Okay, the timer has gone off, and so we are going to pull the dog treats, out of the oven and see what they look like. So here they are. So I'm gonna let them cool down, and then we will break them apart. They actually smell good too. Which is a good thing, I guess, because Piper's going to be eating them. Here are our finished dog treats. And I did count them, and there's 270 treats that are right here. I tested them with Piper. She loves them. Of course, she loves most everything. She's not very picky. So 270 dog treats, but some are larger. I was going for the smaller treats, and I could actually break these in half. So easily you could have 300 like mini treats with this. And the cost I figured was less than $5. And typically the mini treats, I couldn't find an exact number, but I think it's something close to this. And it was $15 for the jar. So anyways, feeling very pleased about these. And there's only 3 ingredients in them, and I can modify them. So these have turmeric and they have cinnamon because Piper does deal with inflammation after her surgery. So it's a good deal. Saved money, and they're specifically made for Piper. So we have our dog treats. Piper has tested them, given us the okay, paws up. Here, she's come for one. There we go. Taste testing all the time for us. But these are what the dog treats look like, the ones that we made for her. They are in these cute little shapes, although I will say the ones that Nana made are not in cute little shapes. They're in squares or triangles like this. And then the other thing to be sure and throw in are these packets of the, silica gel or whatever. It's to keep the moisture out. These, I tried to bake them as hard to be hard, and so they weren't soft because I was concerned about possible mold accruing in this. I keep hers in this little ceramic jug like this, and it has a lid on it. And it's on a very convenient table that the grandkids come in and grab a couple treats for Piper every time they come to visit. It doesn't help that Piper sees them at the door and immediately runs and sits in front of the treat jar. And so they accommodate her lovingly every time they come through the door. But I put those little gel packs in there to keep any kind of moisture in there from ruining the dog treats. The rest, because they don't all fit in this one jar here, the rest of them I actually keep in the freezer. And so then I know they're going to be fine. I had also thought about dehydrating them. I haven't done that because these seem to be hard enough, but that is another option if you wanted to dehydrate your treats so that you knew that all the moisture was out of them. Honestly, we go through them so quickly, I don't think that's going to be a problem. The gel pack will serve just fine. So anyways, that is how easy it is to make dog treats for your beloved dog in the household. And like I said, I like the ease of it and that I can make them according to the physical needs that Piper has whenever. And so right now we're working on possible arthritis and any possible joint pain that she has from running and chasing the ball every day because she has willing participants in this game next door. So we get to play a lot of ball. I hope you enjoyed today's segment, and I hope you have a lot of fun making these treats, and we will see you next time on the Urban Homesteader.